Hey team, welcome to the channel, man. As always, I'm stoked to see you. I'm out here by the lake just enjoying a beautiful lunch, and I wanted to talk to you about a few things that I've learned along the way about how to be an effective leader. I could be wrong on a lot of things, and of course it's just my own 2 cents, but I wanted to take and talk a little bit of story about this, because this is something that I don't think that we talk well enough about. Like, we tell people what to do. We're great at giving people a checklist and say, here's all the things to do for your PCCs, PCIs, you know, here's your motor maintenance, whatever it is. We make checklists and teams for everything, and we have teams for leadership, but as far as I can tell, there's just something missing. There's something missing in the story of developing and cultivating good dadgum leadership. And so the first thing that I think that we have to do is we need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in those who are in our charge. If we do those two things, because odds are, man, you know, you and your team, you can accomplish a lot more than people probably give you credit for, than maybe even you give yourself credit for. The people you have in your charge, man, they're, I'm sure, outstanding, right? Of course, we all have problem childs, and sometimes we're a problem child for somebody else, but you know, I think having a belief in the team, I believe that we can do something. I can believe that we can achieve the success, this victory. I believe that we can work through this. I can believe that we can get through the muck and the mire and grind through whatever it is that we're facing, whether it's a good time or a challenging time. You got to believe in your team. If you don't believe in your team, man, they're not going to believe in you. And so it reciprocates back and forth, right? And so the more that we're open and honest and upfront with those who are in our charge, and the more that we listen to what and who their story is and what they're all about, the more that we believe in them, and that they know that we do believe in them, right? I think that's important. They need to know that we believe in them as individuals and as us as a team. Because if you're not doing that, man, nobody's going to be doing that. Right. The second thing I think we need to do is continue to master our craft, right? As we're seeking to become better people, better leaders, better soldiers, whatever it is in whatever your profession is, I think that we need to understand that there's always something more to learn. Too many times we take what somebody has told us about something and we run with it. And they may be true, well, and good, and it might be right. But unless you dig into and become better students, right? Unless you become better students of what it is that we're trying to do and get after, you're never going to know for sure. So we need to open up the books. We need to get into the regulations. We need to increase our knowledge and our skill set, so that when we put boots on the ground and we start applying the things that we've learned along the way, we'll know beyond the shadow of a doubt that that's what it's getting after. It doesn't matter if it's something as simple as guard duty, right? Man, guess what? The Army has a regulation for that. Doesn't matter if it's a ward riding. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, maintenance. It doesn't matter if it's convoy operations, patrolling, establishing a patrol base. Whatever it is, man, there's regulation that covers and gives you the broader scope, and then sometimes all the way down to some micro details that we need to have. So not only is it going to help give us this better and bigger knowledge, this is stinking awesome right here, wherever he's coming from. Hell yeah, bud. I see you. Come on. But it's going to help give us some language, right? It's going to help us speak Army. It's going to help you speak your profession. We need to continue to master our craft and develop our tactical virtue, man. It's so dadgum important. And a lot of times, I don't think that we do that well enough at all. We think we send people off to institutional training to get that knowledge. But we need to have some dadgum self-discipline to crack open some books and keep doing it ourselves. The third thing I think we need to do is we need to find some wins. All right, everybody loves to win. Now, you could have the most challenging job, challenging profession in the world. And if I can just find a dadgum win, you know, and this goes back to believing in my team. I believe in my team that we can get that win. So what kind of wins can we get? I want to find as many wins as I can possibly find and give. I want to present. It's right here. It's yours. Take it, right? All we have to do is do this thing and we're going to win. It could be whatever it is, right? Maybe it's something as simple as everybody being on time in the right uniform, the right place of mind before everybody else is. Maybe it's making sure that when we turn in our 5988s on a Monday, that nobody can check them off and send them back to us for corrections. Maybe it's the awards that we send up. Every time we send one up, it's a win. Not only does it get approved, but again, it doesn't come back for needless corrections. Maybe it's an APFT issue or an ACFT issue. My fault, your bad, right? Maybe it's some sort of other physical event. Maybe it's MOS based, right? And it's JOB based. I find that win and I get it. Maybe it's a soldier of the quarter. Maybe it's a promotion board. Find the win and prepare your team for it. And if nobody else is trying to win something, that's even better and gooder because nobody else is trying to get it. So it's easy to take. Once I can get a win, then I can get another one, and then I can get, and it's like dominoes, man. A winning team continues to win. Why? Because we become students of our craft and we believe in ourselves and those who are in our charge. Once they start to win, and you need to remember that's a key phrase, right? Once they start to win, it's not about you as the leader. It's about the team as a whole. So once they start to win, boast about them like there's no tomorrow. Boast about them to your teammates to the left and to the right. Boast about them to your higher echelon. Boast about them outside of your echelon. Talk to your family about them. Talk to your friends about them. Talk to anybody that you can about what they are doing. And you have to be real and authentic about this because it has to be about them. The moment you make these wins and this boasting to be about yourself, the more egocentric that you're going to become. And you're going to be perceived as, and then you're going to be discarded as somebody who's selfish and not selfless. But find those wins and then boast about them. And make sure that your team hears you talking about them. Talk about them specifically by name, what they did, where they did it, and what kind of impact it was. That's going to further exemplify how much you believe in those teammates, right? Does that make sense? And the last thing I have for you, man, is we need to remember that all of this and everything else is telling a story, right? Does that make sense? It's telling a story. Everything that we do is telling a story about who we are and who our team is, no matter how big or small of a slice of a pie that we have. Everything's telling a story, good, bad, or indifferent. So make sure that what you're doing, and make sure that those who are in your charge know that what they're doing is telling a story. If they're cupcaking and lollipopping, it's telling a story. If they're sitting in their car, it's telling a story. If they're BSing and pencil whipping some stuff, it's telling a story. And on the flip side, if we're doing the right thing all the time, day in and day out, it's going to tell a story. And once that story gets told that you want to be heard, magic starts to happen. So team, just a few things I got for you today, man. I hope you appreciated the content. If you did, of course, make sure you like it. But more importantly, leave some comments down below about what we're talking about and what we're trying to do here on the community. Man, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.